Kings and queens, your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You are loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. Many thanks to some of you who sent emails asking how I was doing and asking how little princess is doing. Thank you so much. And some were like, "Oh, Abigail, something is happening to Ibrahim Traore. We've not had anything from you." If you are at the community, you would have gotten the message already and known the reason why I've been off for this short period of time. So some of you are like, "Oh, I knew something was happening. Your face changed." Do you know that some of you up here are very dangerous, and that is why it is. I always feel withdrawn when it comes to personal life, family life. I prefer it private because there are some people up here on this internet that can be very funny and wicked at the same time. Someone told me that one of you said that, "Abigail, you're eating too much, you're becoming too fat." And I'm like, I know a lot of you saw the changes. You saw how I was, becoming so plumpier. And you'll be thinking, what is happening? Yeah, I was pregnant and our baby's here. And all thanks to the Almighty and our ancestors of agreeable beings. For those of you who congratulated, you send goodwill messages, you send emails. I send you back that peace and love which you had shared with me. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you prosperity, and all the good things that life holds for you. So that is the reason why I wasn't able to have a conversation about what was happening in Burkina Faso, in Africa as a whole. A lot happened, and I wasn't surprised at all because if you have been following me, I think I had prepared your mind and had made you understand that France is never alone. When I tell you that America is fully interested in what is happening in Burkina Faso, some of you who are Americans will feel like Burkina Faso that is like some tiny country with no attraction. Why should the whole America have interest? And then you've been disturbing me with emails. Why have you not talked about this? What is happening? Trump is doing this. They're trying to take out Ibrahim. But I told you that France was never alone. France had never been alone. They work for the interest of themselves. They watch each other's back. That is it. They help each other achieve their goals. It's only African countries that they have brainwashed to kick out their own neighbors and try to cause chaos between these neighbors of theirs so that there will be no unity at all. Your Majesties. So we saw one of our own who looked like one of us who is being used by the enemy. It's always like that. I have always see there is nothing new. I have been telling you this is exactly what I have been talking about here when I keep telling you that we are the only ones that got our backs, and if we do not love ourselves, there is no way that there will be peace and prosperity amongst us as Black nations if we do not love ourselves genuinely from our heart. But the painful thing is that we love the other one and despise ourselves. And that is why someone that look like you will be okay to go behind you and destroy you, work with the enemy and destroy you. Now we're all shouting about the American general, the black man who is sitting down saying that Ibrahim Traore is going to use or is planning to use the gold of Burkina Faso for his own selfish interest. And I'm not surprised, like I said, about situations like this because already I have had this, I'd prepared your mind for situations like this. From previous videos, from conversations we had, some of you would think that what is Abigail saying? What is Abigail saying? But this is exactly what I have been talking about. That one of us, from within us, the enemy is right seated within. The enemy is seated within. and they manipulate us to destroy ourselves. And we think there is nothing wrong with it. Okay? So this is it. And for the past, I think 3 weeks ago, when I got the information that the Africa Command is gonna have some, they're gonna have some, activities between countries in Africa. The countries that were mentioned that these activities of theirs will be carried out in, I already knew that these countries have a serious tie to America, they have a serious tie to France. And these countries can be used, or the leaders of these countries can be used to disrupt or destroy the wind of change that had started. Now, it's gonna be a conversation. I hope you'll be patient enough to listen to me, and then the informations I have, I'm gonna put them there while the video progress, right? Now, when you look at the Sahel states, when you look at the Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they've become a confederation. They're together right now. They are now the AES, Alliance of Sahel State, right? Now, it's not like it's only Ibrahim Traore that is doing something different. The three leaders in the Sahel are doing something different, something that we all are proud of. Now, why is it that attention is drawn to Ibrahim Traore alone? Why? The reason being that of these three leaders in the Sahel, Ibrahim Traore is the youngest of them all. And they unanimously agreed that Ibrahim Traore should be their spokesperson. He is a spokesperson, and that is why most of the times he is the one that verbally converse. He is the one that give out information about what is happening in AES, because he is a spokesperson. I hope we understand this, because a lot of people are beginning to say Assimi Goita is there. People are not talking about him. General Tiani is there. No, that's not the thing. That's not the thing. And these three leaders, Assimi Goita and General Tiani, are aware that if they make Ibrahim Traore the spokesperson, it's going to be of good to them. And that is why they did what they did. And there is nothing wrong with it. Okay, so the question here now is that we have a brother in the US, someone who looked like us, a black man, who had agreed to be used. And Africans are now saying that since you have agreed to be used, Michael Langley, right? Now, Africans have a message for him.
I really wanted to talk to you this week because it's a difficult subject, this, for me as a white man to raise. But I saw this House Negro head of AFRICOM, a black African American, threaten to kill the great leader of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore. And it made me so mad I reached out for Nico House for a point of view on it. Did you see it? And what do you think of it?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, let me say congratulations, George, on all the success that you've been having. It's well deserved. I mean, from the guests to the topics that you cover, I feel like it's not really that many people giving so much diversity. And I know that Piers Morgan is trying his best to copy you, but, it doesn't quite hit the same when you're not as dedicated to the truth as a presenter as you are. So let me just say congratulations on that. And yeah, absolutely. I saw Langley's comments about Ibrahim, how he's supposedly using the gold reserves to provide his own private security. And let me just say, first of all, that's not true. Second of all, if it was true, let's be honest, wouldn't it be somewhat justified considering the fact that they continue to make attempts on his life? I mean, they just recently made another failed attempt on his life. That's probably why they're upset and why they're now going out of their way to bring it to the attention of the national public, to try and create this narrative, not unlike what we saw happen with Libya and Gaddafi, because Ibrahim has had that type of impact in West Africa when we're talking about not only uplifting Burkina Faso, but then uniting West African countries like Mali and Niger so that they can combat Western imperialism and the NATO allies that try to oppress them.
Well, that's right. His own bodyguards were offered $5 million to kill him. Now, it's no coincidence that the money involved was dollars. The United States and France are determined to do to Captain Traore what they did to so many others. In Burkina Faso, to the great Thomas Sankara, in in the Congo, to the great Patrice Lumumba, and so many other leaders that they have dispensed with extreme prejudice because their own interests were threatened by an African leader who's actually governing in the interests of his own people and not of the empire.
Ibrahim Traoré is the king of Africa. You touch the Ibrahim Traoré, you touch the Africa. Today and another, you speak bad the name the Ibrahim Traoré because I kill you. You. Keba na yo kovolo wala danki. Never. I repeat, you today and never you speak bad the name Ibrahim Traoré. Ibrahim Traoré is the king, is not your friend. Your friend is Ouattara. Your friend is Paul Biya. You respect Ibrahim Traoré, is not your friend. You understand? Because I bomb you. Me, I Congolais Africa. I bomb you. You continue, I bomb you. I tue you. The cover is comme a donkey. Non. On dirait, tu comprends pas mon anglais. Attends, il faut que je te traduise. Je vais traduire ça. Si Ibrahim Traoré donne les richesses du Burkina Faso à la Russie ou à la Chine ou à n'importe quel pays pour développer le Burkina Faso, c'est quoi ton problème à toi? C'est quoi ton problème à toi? Ça te dérange à quoi? Est-ce que les richesses du Burkina Faso, ce sont les richesses de ta grand-mère ou ce sont l'héritage de tes grands-parents?
If Ibrahim Traoré gives the wealth of Burkina Faso to Russia or China or to any country to develop Burkina Faso, what is your problem? What is your problem? What does it bother you? What is the wealth of Burkina Faso? Is it the wealth of your grandmother or is it the inheritance of your grandparents?
You understand? You understand now? You. Today and never you touch Ibrahim Traoré. You understand?
And the painful thing is that maybe in another video we'll elaborate more about that, how the closest to Ibrahim Traoré have been the spy all this while. The closest to Ibrahim Traoré have been the spy all this while. Remember when Ibrahim Traoré said he is aware now of who America and France are using, but he's not going to mention the person's name. That was the time that Ibrahim Traoré figured out that the closest to him, his best friend, is the one that is being used all this while to get information out. He was a spy, was paid very well. And from that time, Ibrahim was aware, became aware of the situation. He decided not to disclose the name of the person because he had a plan. If not because of the plan that Ibrahim had, they would have taken him out. And mind you, the plan was to take Ibrahim Traoré out between that April to June. That's the time frame they gave. From April to June, Ibrahim Traoré should be taken out. So all their plans are put in place to work out the extermination of Ibrahim Traoré from April to June. And when they take him out, they're going to impose a puppet on the Burkinabés so that they, through those puppets, can harness the resources. This same gold that they are accusing Ibrahim of using for his own interest, they want that gold as well. They want all those resources from Burkina Faso as well. It is quite unfortunate, the kind of situation that we are faced with as the African people. But the joy is that we now have Africans who understand the game of these Europeans and Americans and are ready to give up their life in support of anyone that had come out to sacrifice himself, like Ibrahim Traoré, of course, who is ready to give up his life to make things, to turn things around for his people and for Africans at large. I told you that the wind of change that started in the Sahel, go and watch my old videos. I told you, I said, the wind of change that started in the Sahel is not all those things we hear. Military regime is hard. A lot of people are like, military regime, you don't know what is military. Kiniko, kiniko. Are you seeing it now? That is like, it is just contagious that what started in the Sahel spread out. Mind you, this wind of change started with Assimi Goïta and then gradually moved to Burkina Faso and moved to Niger. I told you that I trust these three leaders in the Sahel. Go and watch my old videos of 1 year ago. I told you that these leaders are there to make things happen, to turn things around for good. Most of you did not believe me. You are seeing how they are shaking the whole of Africa now. You are seeing how they are shaking the whole of the world. They're shaking the whole world right now because they want something to change. And that is the kind of leaders that we aspire for as the African people.